Hi, scientists. Hopefully you enjoyed that Dr. Bannock's video on volcanoes. You should also have out the passage printed that you see on my screen, along with some questions. We've got 3 questions, okay? So as we are reading today together, we will be practicing on those skills of going back to find the answers. All right, so you're going to go ahead and read along with me all about volcanoes. A volcano is a vent or opening in Earth's outer layer or crust where lava, ash, debris, and gases are forced out from underground magma chambers onto the surface and or into the atmosphere. Magma chambers are pressurized pockets of gases as well as heated melted rock. When these pockets of magma are superheated and squeezed by extreme underground pressure, the least dense or thinnest magma is pushed to the surface through fissures or cracks in our planet's outer crust. When magma breaks through to the surface, it is then called lava. All right, let's go ahead and number that paragraph 1. Okay, so paragraph number 2. Go ahead and read it with me. Earth's rocky outer crust is broken into approximately 17 large and small tectonic plates that fit together like puzzle pieces. Below the outer crust and above the inner core is a layer called the mantle. These plates float on top of currents of mantle, a thick layer of slow-moving molten rock that stirs, rising when heated and sinking when cooled. Convergent plates move together and overlap, creating mountain ranges and trenches, while divergent plates pull apart, making rift valleys. All right, this seems pretty important to me. They talked about 2 different kinds of plates. Let's go ahead and underline convergent plates move together and overlap, creating mountain ranges and trenches. Okay, and let's box convergent plates. But then we have divergent plates. So those convergent plates move together and overlap, creating those mountains. But the divergent plates pull apart, making rift valleys. Most, but not all of Earth's volcanoes form along the edge of our planet's tectonic plates. So there are a lot of scientist vocabulary words in here. That's why we're underlining and boxing some stuff, and we will work on the questions together, okay? But it's pretty amazing, and I think our video did a good idea of kind of explaining about our volcanoes, right? All right, paragraph 3. There are 3 types of volcanoes. Let's go ahead and underline that. Cinder cone, shield, and composite. Cinder cone volcanoes have steep sides, while shield volcanoes are dome-shaped like a warrior shield. Composite volcanoes are shield-shaped at the base and cone-shaped at the top. In the Pacific Ocean, along the edge of a horseshoe-shaped meeting of very large tectonic plates is the infamous Ring of Fire. Have you heard of that before? Home to 75% of our planet's most active and deadly composite volcanoes. In contrast, the Hawaiian island chain of primarily less violent shield volcanoes formed above hotspots where mantle is superheated and produce excess magma that is pushed through cracks in the middle of tectonic plates. Well, that is paragraph 4. Paragraph 5. Volcanoes are both destructive and constructive geological forces. Lava flows, which are tremendous fire hazards due to their intense heat burn everything in their path and can bury homes, businesses, and in rare occurrences, entire cities. So that shows how they are destructive. Okay, they're destructive because of the fire burns everything in its path. Let's box all that. Okay, but then they also talked about the word constructive. Let's circle that one. On the other hand, lava flows construct landforms like islands. They also pull minerals up to the surface from deep below and deposit nutrients, fertilizing surrounding soil. So that's how they help. So destructive is how they can destroy. Constructive is how they can help. So they can construct landforms like islands. They can also pull minerals up and deposit nutrients. Okay. Volcanoes can ooze quietly over time or erupt explosively, sending clouds of ash miles into the air. Volcanic ash consists of tiny pieces of rocks, glass, and acid gas that is dangerous to small infants and or anyone struggling to breathe due to asthma or other severe respiratory illnesses. Giant ash clouds can also disrupt air travel and sometimes alter weather. I have a connection to that. A few years ago, Mr. Garrett went to Costa Rica on a surf trip. And he called me and said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave tomorrow because of the volcano and because of the ash clouds. It can disrupt the airplanes leaving the airport. Thankfully, he was safe and was able to leave, but it does happen. And then our last paragraph, volcanoes go hand in hand with other geological forces such as earthquakes, floods, landslides, and tsunamis. The danger zone for most volcanoes is 20 miles of the surrounding area, but it is sometimes expanded to a 100-mile radius. So what they mean is the most dangerous area around a volcano is 20 miles around it. But if it erupts, it could really be dangerous. It could even be dangerous up into 100 miles. All right, so we have read about volcanoes and we have underlined some important words. Let's go ahead and look at our next page with some questions. So we will work together on that today. Tomorrow we'll do a little bit more independent work on your end, okay? So what is another name for magma? I remember seeing that. Okay, I remember what paragraph talked a lot about magma. And I like to skim through, and right away as I'm skimming through, magma, magma, magma. I'm seeing magma a lot. So take a minute and look in paragraph 1 and see if you can find your answer for that. It's another name for magma. Go ahead and underline that. Did you find it? All right, well, how about this last sentence? When magma breaks through the surface, it is then called lava. So what's another name for magma? Once magma breaks through the surface, it is also called what? Lava. Okay. what kind of damage can a volcano cause? We talked about how volcanoes can be both what? Do you remember? They can be destructive and constructive. Which one would go with damage? Destructive or constructive? Destructive. So destructive, they can cause fires and what? Burn everything in their path. They can also bury homes, right? So what kind of damage can a volcano cause? A volcano can burn everything in its path. It can also bury what? Homes. Okay, and then we have our last question. What is usually a safe distance away from volcanoes? Okay, where did we find that? A safe distance. Do you remember that? What paragraph that was in? It's in paragraph 6, right? The danger zone for most volcanoes is 20 miles. So what would be a safe distance away? Probably about maybe 30. A safe distance away would be anything greater than 20 miles, right? But it kind of, I guess, just depends on if it's active or not, right? Sometimes expanded to 100-mile radius. All right, well, hopefully you have gained a lot of schema knowledge, background knowledge now on volcanoes. So tomorrow I will see you same time, same place. We will do some more exploring and investigating about volcanoes. All right, bye.